There is a powerful truth that many people never learn. The world does not respond to the loudest person, the richest person, or the most beautiful person. The world responds to magnetism. Magnetism is that invisible energy that makes people want to listen to you, learn from you, follow you, and respect you. When you walk into a room, magnetism makes eyes turn. When you speak, magnetism makes people stop scrolling. When you start something, magnetism makes opportunities move in your direction. The surprising part is this: magnetism is not a gift. It is a skill. Anyone can activate it. Anyone can strengthen it. Anyone can grow it. And today, here at English Achieve, you will learn how to build this inner force step by step. If you follow these 10 sections with focus and honesty, you will begin to feel a new power inside you. A power that changes how people see you, how they respond to you, and how much impact you have on your world. Section 1. Build a calm inner presence. The foundation of true magnetism is not noise, chaos, excitement, or intensity. It is the quiet and powerful force of calm presence. This type of presence is rare in today's world, where people move fast, react quickly, and get stressed easily. Because calmness is so rare, it becomes incredibly attractive. When you remain centered while others lose balance, people feel your strength without you having to say a single word. They feel safe around you. They sense stability. They see someone who is not controlled by emotions or circumstances. A calm person stands out naturally because calmness signals confidence, discipline, intelligence, and inner control. It tells the world, I am not shaken by pressure. I am not pushed by noise. I am grounded. Calm presence begins in the mind. When your mind is calm, your energy becomes strong and clean. You speak more slowly, more clearly, and more confidently. You do not rush your words. You do not jump from thought to thought. You create space around your communication, and that space makes your voice feel powerful. People listen more closely. They feel your certainty. They trust your energy. Calmness changes your physical presence too. You move differently. Your actions become intentional instead of reactive. You walk with steadiness instead of rushing. You breathe deeply instead of holding tension. You look around with awareness instead of anxiety. These small behaviors create a magnetic effect that people feel instantly. To build calm presence, start practicing slow and controlled breathing throughout the day. Take a few deep breaths before answering questions. Relax your shoulders and unclench your jaw. These small actions send signals to your nervous system that you are safe and in control. Another powerful step is to speak only when necessary. Most people talk to fill silence, which weakens their energy. But when you talk less and choose your words carefully, you communicate confidence and strength. People learn that when you speak, your words matter. Another important part of calm presence is removing the habit of reacting instantly. When something annoys you, confuses you, or surprises you, pause for a moment. That short pause gives you power. It gives you choice. It shows that your emotions do not control you. Calmness is not weakness. Calmness is not passiveness. Calmness is strength without shouting, power without pressure, and confidence without noise. It is one of the most attractive qualities a person can develop because it shows mastery of the self. When you become calm inside, you stop chasing attention. You stop trying to prove yourself. You stop looking for approval. Instead, attention begins to come toward you naturally. People become curious about you. They want to understand you. They feel respect without knowing why. Calm presence is not something you perform. It is something you become. And once you build it, your magnetism grows automatically. Section 2. Master your body language. Your magnetism begins before you open your mouth, before you say a single word, and even before people fully notice who you are. The first thing the world responds to is your body language. It is the silent message you send everywhere you go. People judge your confidence, your personality, and your inner strength within seconds, based entirely on how you carry yourself. This judgment is automatic, and you cannot control whether people make it. But you can control the impression you give. When your body language is strong, calm, and intentional, people feel your presence immediately. They sense leadership, stability, and self-belief without needing to hear your voice. That is the power of mastering your physical expression. When you stand tall with an open posture, you communicate authority and self-respect. Your shoulders back and your chest open signal confidence to anyone watching. When you keep your chin slightly lifted, not too high and not too low, you show self-assurance without arrogance. Eye contact is another key part of magnetic presence. You do not need to stare aggressively or dominate others with your gaze. Instead, maintain steady, relaxed eye contact that shows you are present and comfortable in your own energy. People trust those who can look into their eyes without fear or tension. Your movement should also reflect control. Fidgeting, shaking your leg, tapping your fingers, or constantly adjusting your clothes shows nervousness and insecurity. But slow, grounded movements show stability and purpose. Magnetic people are never afraid to take up space. They do not shrink themselves. They do not fold their arms tightly or hunch their shoulders to look smaller. They understand that occupying space is a natural expression of confidence. Every step they take is deliberate. Every gesture is natural but meaningful. They walk at a calm pace, never rushing as if the world is pushing them from behind. They sit with their spine straight, signaling alertness and respect for themselves. They use their hands when speaking, not in a chaotic way, but to support their message. These subtle details create a presence that feels powerful, grounded, and attractive. If you want to activate your magnetism, you must work on your body language every day. Start by observing how you stand and sit. Correct your posture whenever you notice yourself shrinking. Keep your shoulders relaxed but open. When you walk, do not look down at the ground. Keep your chin up. When speaking, avoid sudden or unnecessary movements. Use pauses and controlled gestures. These habits send a clear message to the world. I am confident. I am grounded. I am in control of myself. And when your body speaks this way, people cannot help but feel drawn to you. Body language communicates your identity long before your words do. And when you master it, your magnetism becomes unmistakable. Section 3. Develop a strong, confident voice. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you possess, and it plays a major role in the level of magnetism you project into the world. A strong, confident voice does not need to be loud, aggressive, or dominating. In fact, magnetic people rarely raise their volume. They do not speak fast or rush through their thoughts. Their voice carries weight because it comes from a place of clarity, certainty, and inner confidence. When someone speaks with true confidence, people listen automatically. They stop what they are doing. They pay attention. They feel the message, not just hear it. Your voice has the power to influence how others see you, how they interpret your words, and how much respect they give you, even before they fully understand your ideas. A strong voice is steady, controlled, and well-paced. It has emotion, but the emotion is not chaotic or overwhelming. It has energy, but that energy is grounded, not desperate. It has personality, but that personality is expressed with intention instead of noise. When people hear a voice like this, they feel calm, interested, and engaged. To develop such a voice, you must first slow down. Speaking too quickly signals nervousness, insecurity, and lack of control. Slow speech, on the other hand, gives you presence. It shows that you are not afraid of silence. It shows that your words matter enough to take your time. It shows that you trust your voice. Another important part of vocal magnetism is removing uncertainty from your tone. Do not end sentences with a rising pitch that sounds like a question unless you are actually asking one. Speak with conviction. Let your sentences feel complete, stable, and confident. This builds authority. This builds respect. You should also embrace the power of pausing. A short pause between ideas makes your message land more deeply. It gives people time to absorb your words. It makes you appear thoughtful and intentional. Great speakers use silence as part of their communication, not something to fear. Try to remove weak filler words from your speech. Words like like, and you know, dilute your message and weaken your presence. They make you sound unsure, even when you are not. Instead, allow yourself a natural pause when you need a moment to think. Silence is more powerful than filler. Another key element is the source of your voice. Speak from your chest, not your throat. When your voice comes from your chest, it sounds deeper, steadier, and more confident. Throat-based speaking often sounds shaky or strained, which reduces your magnetic effect. Your voice becomes a tool of influence when you train it with intention. Practice speaking with clarity. Practice lowering your tone slightly. Practice slowing your pace. Practice allowing silence. Over time, your voice will naturally become more confident and more compelling. When people hear strength in your voice, they feel respect before they even think about your words. This is the power of vocal magnetism. It makes your presence felt instantly and gives your message the influence it deserves. Section 4. Know exactly what you want. A person without direction can never be truly magnetic. When your life lacks clarity, your energy becomes scattered, weak, and uncertain. People can sense this immediately, even if you try to hide it. They feel confusion when they are around you. They pick up on hesitation and doubt. Indecision is unattractive because it communicates that you are being led by external circumstances rather than your own intentions. On the other hand, someone who knows exactly what they want radiates power, focus, and confidence. Their energy becomes precise and compelling. Their presence feels grounded. Their eyes convey focus. Their steps are firm. Their gestures are intentional. Even their voice carries weight because it reflects certainty. When you live with clarity, everything about you signals strength, purpose, and control. Magnetic people do not drift aimlessly through life. They have a strong sense of direction that influences every action they take. Knowing what you want is more than just setting vague goals. It is about being deliberate in every area of your life. Magnetic individuals always have a clear picture of where they are headed. They know their objectives, their priorities, and their boundaries. They understand what they are willing to accept and what they will firmly reject. This level of clarity makes them powerful because people are naturally drawn to someone who appears decisive and focused. Others feel confidence and trust in those who know their path. When you walk with certainty, people instinctively follow your lead, whether consciously or unconsciously. Clarity in your purpose communicates leadership, competence, and authenticity, all key elements of magnetism. To activate your magnetism, start by writing down your goals. Not just broad goals, but specific, actionable steps you want to achieve in different areas of your life. Define your values clearly. Know what principles guide your decisions, what you stand for, and what you refuse to compromise. Distinguish between what truly matters to you and what does not. This practice not only strengthens your sense of direction, but also filters distractions and reduces wasted energy. Never let the opinions or expectations of the world dictate your path. The world will always have advice, criticism, and distractions. But your magnetism grows when you remain focused on your own objectives and walk in alignment with your inner vision. Walking with purpose transforms your presence instantly. People notice your confidence, your focus, and the natural authority in your steps. When your intentions are clear, your words carry weight. When your goals are defined, your decisions are precise. People respect certainty and are naturally drawn to those who embody it. Magnetism comes from the alignment between your inner direction and your outer actions. The more clearly you know what you want, the more magnetic you become. When you lead your own life with intention, others are inspired to follow, not because they have to, but because they want to. Purpose is the invisible energy that pulls people toward you, and clarity is the foundation of that energy. Section 5. Develop a high-value mindset. Magnetism is not only about presence, voice, or purpose. It also grows from the way you see and value yourself. Your energy, confidence, and influence are reflections of your inner beliefs. If you see yourself as small, unworthy, or undeserving, the world will mirror that perception back to you. People treat you based on how you treat yourself. When you settle for less, accept poor behavior from others, or ignore your own potential, you naturally repel opportunities, respect, and even abundance. Your energy signals limitation, and the world responds accordingly. But when you believe in your worth, when you recognize your potential, and when you embrace the value of your time, skills, and presence, everything changes. You radiate a different energy, one that draws people, opportunities, and success toward you naturally. A high-value mindset is often misunderstood as arrogance or superiority, but it is neither. It is simply self-respect, the clear understanding that you deserve strong relationships, meaningful work, success, and growth. It is a mindset that refuses mediocrity and instead seeks alignment with your highest potential. When you respect yourself, you automatically set boundaries that protect your energy. You no longer tolerate negative influences, toxic people, or distractions that waste your time. You focus on environments, habits, relationships, and goals that elevate you rather than drain you. This high-value energy is magnetic because it signals to the world that you are a person of substance, someone who commands respect without demanding it. To develop this mindset, start by examining the standards you hold for yourself. Are your daily habits pushing you toward growth or holding you back? Are the people you spend time with supportive of your goals, or do they drain your energy? Are your choices reflecting your long-term vision, or are they temporary distractions? When you start raising your standards in every area of your life, your energy shifts. You begin to move differently, think differently, and speak differently. People notice this change. They respond to your strength, focus, and discipline. When you expect more from yourself, they naturally begin to expect more from you as well. Your mindset shapes your magnetism because your energy communicates value long before your words or actions do. Upgrading your beliefs about yourself upgrades the way the world interacts with you. It attracts opportunities, recognition, and the type of people who match your level of ambition and self-respect. To activate your magnetism, consciously choose to see yourself as worthy of everything you desire. Treat yourself with respect, set higher standards, and refuse to settle for less. This shift in perspective is transformative. It changes your energy, your actions, and the way the world responds to you. A high-value mindset is the cornerstone of personal magnetism, and cultivating it is the most powerful investment you can make in yourself. Section 6. Become a person of few but powerful words. One of the most underestimated aspects of magnetism is the power of controlled speech. People who talk too much often dilute their energy and weaken their presence. They reveal too much about themselves, leaving no room for curiosity or respect. They share every thought, every detail, and every opinion, often without considering the impact of their words. This constant talking can drain the energy of a room rather than elevate it. People naturally gravitate toward those who create space, intrigue, and clarity with their words. Magnetic individuals understand this. They speak less, but every word carries weight, meaning, and purpose. Their speech becomes a tool of influence, not a habit of distraction. Being a person of few but powerful words means choosing quality over quantity. You do not need to impress others with long stories or unnecessary details. Instead, focus on clarity, simplicity, and precision. Speak with intention. Let each sentence have a purpose, whether it is to convey information, inspire, or influence. Silence becomes one of your greatest allies. Strategic pauses, thoughtful responses, and well-timed words communicate authority and control. People naturally respect those who can hold back, who do not feel compelled to fill every moment with chatter. When you learn the art of meaningful speech, you create an air of confidence and intrigue that others cannot ignore. Magnetism also grows from mystery and simplicity. People are drawn to those who are not fully predictable, who do not reveal every detail of their thoughts and plans. By speaking less, you create curiosity. Others begin to pay attention to your actions, your tone, and your intentions, rather than just your words. Your simplicity demonstrates confidence and self-assurance. You do not need validation from others. You do not feel the urge to explain, justify, or defend every action or decision. This restraint builds respect. It shows that you are secure in yourself and that your presence is powerful without constant explanation. To develop this skill, start by observing your speech patterns. Notice when you speak to fill silence, when you explain too much, or when you share without thought. Replace unnecessary words with pauses. Focus on delivering short, clear, and decisive answers. Let your actions communicate more than your speech. Practice listening more than speaking, and you will notice that people naturally become more attentive when you do speak. Over time, this restraint becomes second nature. Silence is not emptiness. It is energy, authority, and magnetism in its purest form. Those who master the balance between speech and silence become impossible to ignore. By becoming a person of few but powerful words, you unlock a new level of influence and attraction, creating an inner power that draws people toward you effortlessly. Section 7. Cultivate emotional control. One of the most critical yet often overlooked elements of magnetism is emotional control. Nothing destroys your magnetic energy faster than chaos, unpredictability, or uncontrolled emotions. People instinctively sense when someone is emotionally unstable, anxious, easily offended, or reactive. These behaviors create discomfort and tension in their presence. Emotional instability pushes people away, makes them cautious, and decreases your influence. On the other hand, emotional control acts like a magnetic force, drawing people in. When you remain composed under pressure, when you handle difficulties with calmness and poise, people instinctively respect and gravitate toward you. Emotional control is not about hiding your feelings. It is about managing them with intelligence and awareness. Magnetic individuals understand that their emotions are tools, not masters. They do not allow external circumstances, other people's opinions, or unexpected challenges to dictate their mood. They respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. When something goes wrong, they pause, assess, and act with deliberate intention. When they face criticism, they do not become defensive or aggressive. Instead, they stay centered and respond in a way that maintains dignity and authority. This consistent control over emotional reactions demonstrates maturity, strength, and leadership. People admire those who can remain steady when others around them are losing balance. Stability and emotional energy communicates a quiet confidence that is incredibly attractive. To cultivate emotional control, the first step is self-awareness. Begin noticing your emotions before reacting to them. Pay attention to triggers that make you feel angry, anxious, or upset. Instead of immediately responding, practice pausing for a few moments. This pause allows you to choose a measured response rather than act on impulse. Deep, conscious breathing is another powerful tool. When you focus on slow, steady breaths, your body calms down, your mind clears, and your reactions become more controlled. Over time, this practice rewires your nervous system to respond calmly even in high-stress situations. Another essential aspect of emotional control is setting boundaries with others. Do not allow people to manipulate your emotions or provoke unnecessary conflict. Protect your energy by deciding in advance what behaviors you will tolerate and which ones you will not. This does not make you rigid or cold. It makes you grounded and reliable. Emotional control also comes from perspective. Understand that not every situation requires an immediate reaction. Some conflicts, criticisms, or provocations are not worth your energy. Learning to step back and evaluate before responding creates a magnetic aura of wisdom and self-assurance. Mastering your emotions is one of the most powerful steps to becoming magnetic. It allows you to remain calm, focused, and influential, even in chaotic environments. People naturally feel drawn to those who exude stability because they create a sense of safety and respect. Emotional control transforms ordinary energy into compelling magnetic presence. It communicates leadership, strength, and self-mastery without the need for words. By cultivating this skill, you not only enhance your personal magnetism, but also create an inner strength that influences every interaction and every opportunity in your life. Section 8. Carry a strong value system. One of the most powerful sources of magnetism comes from having a strong value system. People who are magnetic are not just confident or skilled. They are guided by principles that define who they are and how they operate. These individuals have a clear set of values that they never compromise, even when faced with challenges, temptations, or pressure. They are honest even when lying would be easier. They are disciplined even when shortcuts or comfort seem more appealing. They keep their promises, and they stay consistent in their words, actions, and decisions. This unwavering alignment between values and behavior creates deep trust, and trust is one of the most magnetic forces a person can project. People naturally feel safe, drawn, and inspired by someone who lives by principles that are real and uncompromising. Magnetic individuals do not change their personality based on who is watching or who is influencing them. They do not behave differently, in public than in private. They do not bend their morals to please others. This consistency makes them reliable and dependable. When people interact with them, they know what to expect. Predictability in behavior, when grounded in integrity, is attractive because it creates a sense of security. People do not have to guess how a magnetic person will react. They do not have to worry about hidden motives or deception. Instead, they can focus on learning, connecting, or growing in the presence of someone trustworthy. Reliability and integrity amplify magnetism because they allow others to feel confident, respected, and valued. To activate your own magnetism, it is crucial to define your values clearly. Ask yourself fundamental questions. What do I stand for? What are my non-negotiables? What behaviors will I accept from myself and others? What behaviors will I reject? Write down your principles and commit to them in every decision, action, and interaction. When your choices are guided by these values, your confidence grows because you are no longer swayed by external pressures. You become stronger in your judgment and wiser in your decisions. Living according to your values eliminates the chaos of inconsistency and increases your influence, as people naturally respect and admire those who are principled. A strong value system also attracts the right kind of people and opportunities into your life. When your values are clear, you form relationships with individuals who align with your standards, and you engage in activities that reflect your highest potential. You no longer waste energy on distractions, drama, or low-quality situations. This focus creates an aura of strength, purpose, and magnetic appeal. Your values become the foundation of your personal brand, visible even without words, sensed in every interaction, and respected by all who encounter you. When you carry a strong value system, your magnetism is undeniable. Your influence is lasting, and your presence inspires admiration and trust wherever you go. Section 9. Protect your energy from negative influences. One of the most crucial aspects of building magnetism is protecting your energy. Your personal energy is the foundation of your presence, confidence, and influence. When you surround yourself with negativity, drama, gossip, or low-quality habits, your energy becomes heavy, stagnant, and unproductive. Motivation diminishes, self-belief fades, and even your natural magnetism weakens. The people, environments, and situations you allow into your life directly affect your vibration, your mood, and the way others perceive you. Just as a strong light can be dimmed by smoke, your energy can be drained by negative influences if you are not careful. Magnetic people understand this principle deeply. They treat their energy as a valuable treasure, and they guard it diligently. Protecting your energy does not mean isolating yourself or avoiding life's challenges. Instead, it is about making deliberate choices regarding who and what you allow near your mind, heart, and spirit. Magnetic individuals consciously distance themselves from toxic environments and people who bring drama, constant complaining, or manipulation. They avoid gossip because it drains their focus and lowers their vibration. They limit exposure to relationships that sap their strength rather than contribute to their growth. By surrounding themselves with positive, motivated, and supportive people, they create an ecosystem that uplifts their energy rather than diminishes it. This selective approach ensures that their inner power remains strong, stable, and magnetic. Protecting your energy is often misunderstood as selfishness, but it is actually a form of self-respect and self-preservation. When you maintain high standards for the environments and people you engage with, you naturally raise your own vibration. You feel lighter, more confident, and more focused. Your thoughts become clearer. Your actions become more intentional. Your presence becomes more compelling. People are drawn to your energy because it signals strength, calmness, and clarity. Conversely, being surrounded by the wrong people or engaging in negative habits will slowly erode your magnetism, even if you appear confident on the surface. The subtle drain of energy is always visible to others on a subconscious level. To cultivate this skill, start by evaluating the people, habits, and media you interact with daily. Ask yourself, does this interaction energize me or drain me? Does this habit elevate me or lower my vibration? Do these people inspire growth or create tension? Make conscious choices to minimize exposure to anything that diminishes your energy. Spend more time with individuals who inspire, motivate, and challenge you to be better. Engage in activities that feed your mind, body, and spirit. Remember, magnetism is an energy that others feel before they see it. The stronger, clearer, and more positive your energy, the more magnetic you become. Protect it fiercely, and you will naturally attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences that amplify your best self. Section 10. Live with purpose, discipline, and consistency. The final and most powerful step in activating your magnetism is creating a lifestyle that reflects purpose, discipline, and consistency. Magnetism is not just about isolated actions, skills, or behaviors. It is about the overall energy and presence you project through the way you live your life every day. People are naturally drawn to those who show direction, responsibility, and focus. When your actions consistently align with your goals and values, your energy becomes magnetic. Others sense that you are serious about your life, your growth, and your potential. This seriousness is compelling. It communicates that you are not passive, distracted, or aimless. It communicates strength and reliability. A person who lives purposefully is someone others instinctively want to follow, be around, and support. Discipline is at the core of this process. When you honor your commitments, maintain your routines, and follow through on your promises, you send a clear message to the world. You are dependable, self-controlled, and serious about your goals. Discipline creates respect. People admire those who can resist short-term temptations to achieve long-term results. It shows maturity, focus, and an inner strength that is impossible to ignore. Consistency works hand in hand with discipline. It is not enough to act with focus occasionally. True magnetism comes from being steady over time. Consistency builds trust. People know they can rely on you because your actions align with your words. When you show up repeatedly, you demonstrate that you are not swayed by moods, trends, or distractions. Your reliability becomes a cornerstone of your magnetic energy. Purpose is the third pillar of this lifestyle. Living without purpose creates a wandering energy that others perceive as weakness or indecision. When you live with purpose, every decision, every action, and every interaction carries meaning. Purpose gives your energy direction, sharpness, and clarity. It makes you appear confident, focused, and unstoppable. People are drawn to purpose because it inspires, motivates, and sets you apart from those who drift aimlessly through life. Purpose communicates ambition without arrogance, vision without pretense, and strength without aggression. To activate your magnetism, do not wait for motivation, the perfect timing, or approval from others. Start now. Build your habits now. Commit to your growth now. Align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Show the world through your behavior that you are serious about improving, learning, and achieving. When your actions consistently match your potential, magnetism becomes unavoidable. People notice. Opportunities gravitate towards you. Respect follows naturally. By combining purpose, discipline, and consistency in your life, you create an energy that is both powerful and lasting. Your magnetism becomes unstoppable because it is not dependent on external factors. It is built on the foundation of your own strength, choices, and determination. Final message. Your magnetism is already inside you. The truth about magnetism is simple. It is already within you. You do not need to become someone else, adopt a different personality, or pretend to be more than you are. You do not need to be perfect, flawless, or extraordinary in the eyes of others. Your magnetic energy exists naturally. It is waiting for you to recognize it, cultivate it, and activate it. Every person has the potential to radiate presence, confidence, and influence. But most people leave it dormant because they focus on trying to impress, chase attention, or conform to the expectations of others. Real. Magnetism comes from alignment with your own inner power, not from seeking validation externally. This energy grows when you intentionally develop the qualities that naturally attract people. Calm presence, confident body language, a strong and controlled voice, emotional stability, a high-value mindset, clear goals, and a life built on purpose, discipline, and consistency. Each of the 10 sections in this guide provides practical steps to unlock this energy. Every small effort compounds over time, strengthening your presence and making your energy impossible to ignore. When you apply these principles, you stop chasing others, and instead, the right people, opportunities, and experiences begin to gravitate toward you effortlessly. Here at English Achieve, we emphasize that magnetism is not about being loud or flashy. It is about being steady, intentional, and aligned with your true self. It is about creating an energy that others can sense even before they meet you fully. Every day you practice these habits, your magnetism grows stronger. It transforms your relationships, your career, and your sense of personal power. It does not happen overnight, but it does happen quietly, powerfully, and permanently. Remember, your magnetism is not something to chase or force. It is something to awaken, nurture, and express. The more you honor your inner strength and align your life with these principles, the more naturally magnetic you will become. Your energy has always been your greatest asset. Now it is time to activate it.